Hey Laserpreneurs, are you working hard on creating amazing products, but sales just aren't exploding like you expected? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're going to uncover the one simple shift that can help you dramatically increase your sales, and it might not be what you expect. Hi, I'm Brennan, the co-founder of Laser Design Club, and today's video comes from something that came up inside of our private monthly call inside of Laser Design Club with one of our students. And that is a simple strategy to help you get more sales. And that often overlooked thing is emotion. And we're going to talk about it next. Before we get into talking about emotion, I want to talk about just selling stuff. Okay? Generic stuff doesn't invoke any emotion with a regular buyer. And if you're not invoking any kind of emotion, they're more likely than not going to purchase. So what do we need to do? We need to invoke some kind of positive emotion for a potential customer, and they will be much more likely to convert. So I want to use this as the example here, and you might know what it is because I just took it from behind me. But inside of the call, one of our students said that they used to make these layered lake maps. Not necessarily this specific one. This is one that we made that we just like for ourselves. But they used to make these layered lake maps. And they said that they didn't just make these generic ones. And trust me, I've tried to sell one similar to this. It was just Lake Michigan at a local craft show, and it didn't invoke any emotion because although this is nice and it's a great product and it looks beautiful, it doesn't necessarily invoke an emotional response because no one just loves the Great Lakes that much. So the real question is, how can we take something like a layered lake map and have it invoke an emotional response with a potential customer? Well, what I'm about to tell you blew my mind, even an experienced laser maker like myself, and I wanted to share that with you today. So what this student told me, and I feel fine saying this because they said they don't make these maps anymore. Otherwise, I wouldn't be divulging her secret. But what she said is she used to make maps like this, not specifically of the Great Lakes, but for example, people that live near a river system or people that live a small lake in their town or along the coast, they would make a custom map. And the next part just blew my mind. And they said that they did stuff like along a riverfront where someone's they did a custom engrave of someone's hunting cabin. They put like dogs, they put a trail, they put, a picture of a little dog house with the dog's name on it. Another map that they made was where somebody, it was all locally of a town by a riverfront where they met, where they got engaged, and where they got married. That is an emotional response. Or where someone's lake house is. That was another one that she did. And then they put a engraved image of someone's lake house blown up on the map of the lake. So that invokes an emotional response. Now, sure, it would be great if someone would just buy a map like this that's generic, but this generic map doesn't invoke an emotional response. So how can we use that within our own products? Well, yes, that is a challenge. In every single video, I talk about the challenges of being a laserpreneur. And maybe that's a word, maybe it's not, but it's a challenge to make our products stand out in a crowded marketplace and not just sell generic things. If we can invoke an emotional response from our customers, they'll be much more likely to convert. So my challenge to you today is look at the products that you sell right now. Can those products be tweaked to develop an emotional response? For example, the lake map that we just made, or I've talked about in other videos, custom wallets. That is an emotional response. What else that are your products that you make can you get an emotional response out of? Most likely that's going to involve adding an element of engraving. But if we can add an emotional element to it, that's going to be much more likely to increase our sales from our potential customers. The last example that I have from my own personal experience is we added on one of our advent calendars a custom title that people could put their family's name on. And guess what happened? That helped us stand out from everyone else that was making these advent calendars, and they were actually copying off of our advent calendar, which is one of our original products. But it helped us stand out because no one else was offering customization. Plus, in the general advent calendar sector, especially on Etsy, there's a lack of customization in general. So it invoked an emotional response of a tradition that these people can use every single year. So we would put kids' names on them, we would put family last names on them, whatever the customer wanted, we would do. So it invoked an emotional response and helped us get more sales compared to everybody else. So if there's one thing that I want you to do after watching today's video is take a hard look at your own products or at potential products that you can do that can invoke an emotional response. This involves, yes, a little bit more work, but it will totally be worth it because in a saturated market, if you can invoke an emotional response, you will definitely get more sales. Now, if you're interested in turning your hobby into a full-time business, I have something that you might be interested in. It's called the 3 Pillars of Laser Success, and it is a live session that you could join today. So I'm actually doing currently 4 of these per day. If you click the link below, you'll get access to this live free session where you could learn the 3 pillars of laser success. You also get some free bonuses immediately when you sign up. And trust me, I put a lot of time and effort into this. This includes 5 years of my personal experience as a laser engraver, and the strategies used has helped me get to 6 figures in my own laser cutting business. So if you're interested, go ahead and click that link below, and I'll see you at the next free live session. Once again, my name was Brandon, the co-founder of Laser Design Club. Make sure if you like this laser business content to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, well, if you liked this video, you're going to love this next one. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.